Okay, good morning, students. Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay. I was waiting for the previous. Okay, it's over. I got the message. Fine. Okay, so today, wait, the portion that is left, let us, okay, fine. We have done interpersonal skills, understanding the relationship between leadership, networking, and teamwork, assessing interpersonal skill situation, description of interpersonal skills. Okay. Gratitude, factors of motivation, they have been done. Factors of motivation, self-talk, intrinsic and extrinsic motivators. Long way back we have completed. I'm just seeing the portions that are left actually. Decision making, okay. Gratitude part. Hey, gratitude part is over. I mean, have we done any gratitude, something related to gratitude, that portion? Okay. Almost done with the syllabus. Wait. Motivation, motivational framework we have done. Group behavior, group decision making done. Communication barriers. Acha. This is okay. Please, this you will have to know today. That is characteristics of organizational politics. Okay. I think, am I audible to all of you all, students? Characteristics of organizational politics. Political action takes place when an actor recognizes that the achievement of his goal is influenced by the behavior of others. Politics involve the management of influence to obtain ends not sanctioned by the formal organization. Any behavior by organizational member that is self-serving may be termed as political. Organizational politics exists wherever people work together. Politics takes place in varying degrees in all organizations. You cannot, students of ECB, you cannot even tell that any organization is devoid of politics and is free from politics. Everywhere, whatever organization, be it public sector, be it hardcore IT, or complete your domain, that is electronics and communication based organization, each and every organization is not free from politics. You have the politics. Clear? Now, our topic of discussion is how to handle this organizational politics. Very important, and you will have to remember that Debjani Mam has taught us, so we, still now, I mean, the students who are the passed out batches, they say it becomes easier for us. You have to know the how to tackle organizational politics, even in college, how to tackle politics amongst your peers. Okay, fine. Now, at first, what you have to do is the sources. First, you have to know the sources of politics and the political behavior. Wherein lies the sources of organizational politics and political behavior. Now, organizational politics are a natural result of the fact that people think differently and want to act differently. This diversity creates a tension that must be resolved through political means. There are many ways in which this can be done. For example, autocratically, we'll do it this way. Bureaucratically, understood? They are very important. Listen to it very carefully, students. Autocratically, using your autocratic power, using your autocratic attitude, we will do it this way. We have to do it this way. Bureaucratically, we are supposed to do it this way. This is the approach. This is the approach of the bureaucrats. We are supposed to do it this way. Technocratically, it is the best way to do it this way. Can you see the changes, the change in the attitude, the change in the voice, the part, the change in the attitude, the change in the voice part? Can you see it? Can you identify that? Okay, you have to know this. You have to identify. You have to know it. Clear? You can understand that this is something which you really need to know it. I mean, this is not only for your syllabus, but this you will require in practical application when you go for any internship or for any kind of internships, industrial trainings, and for obviously your main core jobs. Understood? So there are many ways in which this can be done: autocratically, bureaucratically, Technocratically, it is the best way to do it this way, or democratically. How shall we do it? Let people give their own views, versions, and opinions. Clear? And I personally am revealing I follow the last methodology, that is democratically. Clear? I always leave the ball in the court of the others. Let people decide. Then I'm there to guide you. You will never find me imposing, yes, students of ECEB2, no, I will not spare. Yesterday, the moment you said that, ma'am, just give us some time for the preparation because it will be marked and the marks will be counted, it will be reflected in our mark sheets, fine. I could have imposed, no, today only you will be doing your GD. So, tackling things democratically. Okay, fine. How shall we do it? I want the opinion of the others. In each case, the choice between alternative paths of action usually hinges on the power relations between the actors involved. According to Morgan, a very famous economist, psychologist, and a columnist actually of Europe, an organization's politics is most clearly manifested in the conflicts and power plays that sometimes occupy center stage, and in the countless interpersonal intrigues that provide diversions in the flow of organizational activity. Politics occur on an ongoing basis, often in a way that is invisible to all but those directly involved. Clear? Sources of politics and political behavior. At first, we have learned the characteristics of the organizational politics. Now, the sources. Sources mean conflict of ideas, diversity in opinion, the kind of things that I keep on discussing. Now, the potential complexity of organizational politics is mind-boggling. Even before we take account of the personalities and personality clashes that usually bring roles and their conflicts to life, sometimes the conflicts generated will be quite explicit and open for all to see, while at other times they will lie beneath the surface of the day-to-day events. Sometimes politics is direct and sometimes very cold. Always you'll find a cold war. Clear? So that is dangerous politics to be handled. Uncertainty is usually a source for political activity as well as for an opportunity to accrue power. Certain situations provide especially fertile growing ground for uncertainty. Clear? Which provides opportunities for individuals and units to define their interest. Okay. From my personal experience, I'm saying 60% of managers said organizational politics is a frequent occurrence. The larger the organization, the greater is the perceived political activity. We know it. Ambiguous roles and goals, increased conflict were associated with increased political activity. Marketing staffs and members of corporate boards of directors were rated as the most political, while production, accounting, finance personnel were viewed as the least political. Reorganizations and personal changes prompted the most political activity. Till here, students, have you understood? Just in a glance, Shushmita, the names which I can see, Tanmoy, Rahul.
Yes, ma'am.
বোঝাতে পেরেছি? Okay, fine. Okay. Now the factors influencing political behavior. Okay, the factors influencing political behavior. Ambiguous goals, always when there is ambiguity, but a difference, conflicts, clashes, ambiguous, not uniform goals, heterogeneous goals. Clear? Ambiguous goals. Then scarce resource. When resources are scarce, people have the tendency to use political behavior to make sure that they get the biggest possible share of the resource, that is through hoarding and doing black marketing. That is, so these are the areas and these are the conditions and situations and circumstances where political behavior is mostly evident and clearly visible. That is, first one, ambiguous goal. Second, scarce resource. Third, technology and environment. When there is any organization, you'll find, organizational effectiveness is largely a function of organization's ability to appropriately respond to external environment, which is highly dynamic and generally unpredictable, as well as adequately adapt to complex technological development. Thus, political behavior is increased when the internal technology is complex and when external environment is highly volatile. Once again, I repeat this. Political behavior is at its maximum. Political behavior is, at its peak in the organization when the internal technology, listen to it carefully, try to understand, students. When the internal technology is complex and when external environment is highly volatile, then only maximum conflict takes place and leads to, brings about political turmoils. Clear? The fourth is non-programmed decisions. A non-programmed decision means sometimes the companies have to make a lot of non-programmed decisions on certain issues. These decisions are not based on clear standards and precedents because such issues involve many factors and variables that are complex in nature. Hence, decisions are taken on intuition, hunch, and guesses, and all these subjective feelings can be affected by political behavior. Clear? Now, organizational climate. Whenever there are changes in the organizational structure and policies, people in powerful positions have the opportunity to play politics. Very clear. Whenever there are changes in the organizational structure and policies, যখনই কোনো change হচ্ছে organizational structure আর policies এ, people in powerful positions have the opportunity to play politics. Very clearly evident. These changes may include restructuring of a division or creating a division, personal changes, introducing a new product line, and all these changes influence political behavior when various individuals and groups try to control the given situation. It is widely accepted that managers have to be politicians in order to maintain their positions in the organizational hierarchy as well as serve the interest of their units. Clear? Yes. Now, according to Dobrin, the following individual and organizational factors contribute to political behavior. What are they? Pyramid-shaped organization structure. A pyramid concentrates power at the top. In a pyramid, the power is always at the top point. Only so much power is therefore available to distribute among the many people who would like more of it. Each successive layer on the organization chart has less power than the layer above. At the very bottom of the organization, workers have virtually no power. Clear? Since most organizations today have fewer layers than they previously had, the competition for power has become more intense. This is how the pyramidal shaped organization structure is all about. Clear? Understood? Now, subjective standards of performance. People often resort to organizational politics because they do not believe that the organization has an objective and fair way of judging their performance and suitability for promotion. Similarly, when managers have no objective way of differentiating effective people from less effective, they will resort to favoritism. Very common, very obvious. When the manager doesn't have any objective of differentiating effective people from the less effective, they will resort to favoritism. This is favoritism, nepotism. Clear? Environmental uncertainty. environmental uncertainty and turbulence. When people operate in an unstable and unpredictable environment, they tend to behave politically. They rely on organizational politics to create a favorable impression because uncertainty makes it difficult to determine what they should really be accomplishing. The uncertainty, turbulence, and insecurity created by corporate mergers or downsizing is a major contributor to office politics. Clear? Emotional insecurity. Some people resort. Acha, 1 minute. Okay, let us be back to it. Emotional insecurity. So, environmental uncertainty and turbulence. When people operate in an unstable and unpredictable environment, they tend to behave politically. Situation is very unstable and unpredictable. They tend to behave politically. They rely on organizational politics to create a favorable impression because uncertainty makes it difficult to determine what they should really be accomplishing. The uncertainty, turbulence, and insecurity created by corporate mergers or downsizing is a major contributor to office politics. Then, emotional insecurity. Some people resort to political, maneuvers to politically they try to manipulate. So maneuvers, maneuvers. So students try to grab and grasp these kind of technical terms to ingratiate themselves with superior because they lack confidence in their talents and skills. These are emotional insecurity. Manipulative tendencies often leads to organizational politics. Some people engage in political behavior because they want to manipulate others, sometimes for their own personal advantage. Very simple. So manipulative tendency. So you understood emotional insecurity, the manipulative tendency. Now, the last reason or the last factor is disagreements that prevent rational decision making. Many executives attempt to use rational criteria when making major decisions, but rational decision making is constrained by major disagreements over what organization should be doing. Unless strategy and goals are shared strongly among key organizational members, political motivation is inevitable in organizational decision making. Understood? Okay. So till here, all of you have understood. Now, so this was there. Okay. Now, managing political behavior. Now, organizational politics may include behavior that is outside the normal legitimate system of influence, may become illegitimate. Behavior that is designed to benefit the individual or group at the expense of the organization. Behavior that is intentional and designed to acquire and maintain power has conflictive means. Now, managing political behavior. How to manage political behavior? এগুলো জেনে রাখো, ম্যানেজারকে স্যাটিসফাই না করলে কিন্তু কোনো জায়গাতে জব প্রমোশন হবে না। Managing political behavior. The very nature of political behavior makes it difficult to manage or even approach in a rational and systematic manner. However, a manager who understands why people use political behavior and the techniques people usually employ has the best chance to manage political behavior successfully. Clear? Now, method or the techniques of building or acquiring political base. How to acquire political base? Sponsorship, through sponsorship. Alliance building, that is through collaboration, alliance building. Through empire building. আমি ডিসকাস করবো সবকটা। Budgeting, expertise, and lording. LORDING. Now, let us take one thing and discuss. Clear? Sponsorship. In sponsorship, the person attaches to one who is already in a high position that is superior. This is the boss of someone in the immediate chain of command. This strategy assumes that a certain set of rules will be followed. These rules include being totally committed, loyal, and obedient to the other person, and frequently expressing gratitude to the sponsor for attention. Alliance building, that is, the focus here turns to one's peers. By forming alliances, coalition, or networking, it is expected that the group and individuals in the group will benefit from collective action. The process of alliance building varies in different organizations, but the general pattern followed is: an idea is promoted, supporters are sought out, an informal leader is identified, the group becomes an interest group within the organization. In appropriate time, it assumes greater power. This is alliance building. Now, empire building. Building a political base with subordinates, it's called empire building. Once again, I repeat, students, building a political base with subordinates is empire building. Clear? Alliance building, the focus is always on one's peer. By forming alliances, coalitions or networks with the peers or groups. Clear? Or it can be with other individuals also. Now, in the empire building process of handling political base, how we do? That is, the manager seeks to surround himself with people or functions that can act to increase one's importance. Two strategies are followed in empire building. First, the manager attracts, rewards, and retains highly skilled people and allows them the freedom to perform. In the process of empire building, sometimes the manager will not permit good subordinates to progress their efforts, leading to be promoted. The second strategy is to acquire excellent subordinates through assuming responsibility for other units, which is called power grabbing. Clear? You can see how tactically a manager has to handle. Then budgeting. This is one of the best way for political power building. The purpose is to give control of important resources, financial, so as to improve one's position. Expertise. This concept, the concept of expertise in acquiring a political base is, this concept is based, how is the concept of expertise built? Is based on the principle that knowledge is powerful in today's organization. With this approach, the individual skills and knowledge are emphasized, and the importance of the unit to the total organization is stressed. The introductions of computer system, management information system are good example to this. Lording, LORDING. This approach is a game in which legitimate authority is misutilized. In other words, the manager uses bluff, faking, etc. to influence others, fact in excess of what is authorized to him. For example, a purchasing agent of a large manufacturing company tells sales representatives from supplying firms that he is the only person makes the decisions on what is purchased, from whom and how. In reality, the actual decision is taken by the director or someone authorized to it. Clear? Now, hey students, what I'm teaching, I think you people are following. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
If there is any difficulty, without hesitation, please, you can always ask. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Now we'll just do the political strategies and tactics, and then we will stop for today. Okay, political strategies and tactics. To make effective use of organizational politics, leaders must be able to make appropriate use of specific political strategies and tactics. Remember that ethical behavior is regarded as an important requirement for effective leadership. As one of many guidelines, the Center for Business Ethics is always, it should be given the highest priority. But how? Is it right? Is it fair? Is it right based on absolute principles of moral rights? Is it fair based on absolute principles of justice? Who gets hurt? The fewer, the better. Would you be comfortable if the details of your decision or actions were made public in the media or through electronic mail based on the principle of disclosure? How does it smell based on the common sense and intuition? This is how political strategies are handled with tactics and care. Clear? Essentially, ethical political strategies and tactics. This section describes sampling of ethical political behaviors divided into three related and overlapping groups. Strategies and tactics aimed at directly gaining power, building relationships with superiors and co-workers, avoiding political blunders. All of these approaches help a leader to gain or retain power. They also help the leader cope with the fact that organizations are not entirely rational. Clear? Strategies and tactics aimed directly at gaining power. It could be argued that all political tactics are aimed at acquiring and maintaining power. If we consider power in broad scope, then it can also be used to benefit people. Power is used to benefit people. Power doesn't mean always it will have a negative impact. Power also has a positive impact. Develop power contacts and relationships. Make an early showing. Keep informed. Control vital information. Control lines of communication. These are ethical political strategies and tactics. What are the ethical political strategies? Develop power contacts and relationships, make an early showing, keep informed, control vital information, control lines of communication. Clear? These are the ethical ways of tackling the political turmoils, okay, and develop a healthy political climate. And it helps in building good relationships. So till here, I stop here today. Okay? I think all of you have understood. Till here? Fine. So I stop here. Anywhere that you didn't understand, please feel free to ask. And obviously, I know that Rahul, Rupam will share the link and it will also help you further. Clear? So these things, please do study and do learn it seriously, okay? Okay then, students. And I hope all of you are preparing preparing for tomorrow. Tomorrow, then we will begin at 3:30. Tomorrow, the lab. Acha, from 5:30 you have training class. Okay, we will complete by 5:30. I can assure you. By chance, if any group is, if any group takes time or, suppose if there is anything, okay, then that group will have it later on. But 2 hours is more than enough. This is not a PowerPoint presentation, na. You will not have any screen sharing. You will it's just group discussion, and maximum time limit will be 10 minutes per group. 10 minutes per group. Understood? 10 minutes, within 10 minutes, I'm sure, 3:30 to 5:30, 2 hours within 10 minutes. That day it was long because it was a PowerPoint presentation. So PowerPoint presentation needs time. Because the switching over from one group to another group also takes a lot. It's a time consuming. Preparing and then doing a kind of all kinds of technical approaches of screen sharing and all. It's time consuming, time taking. But here it is everything just verbal. Just have your cameras on. That's it. The group which will do will have the individual candidates from their own place will have just switch on their cameras. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. And as soon as your portion is over, you can switch. As soon as the group is over, till your group members are present, you will have to leave your cameras on. But as soon as your group is over, just switch off the cameras. Clear? Understood? But I want a very good one. The methods and the practice has to be a very strong one. Clear? Not the kind of GDs which we used to do in first year. A matured group discussion. A high-tech corporate group discussion. Following corporate etiquettes. Is it okay? All of you?
Okay, ma'am.
এই ট্রেনিং ক্লাসে তোমাদের কে নিচে গো ওই আর্ডেন্ট ওই অভিরূপ স্যার নিচ্ছেন? অনলাইনে ওই অভিরূপ স্যার কিন্তু ক্লাসটা খুব ভালো নিত, অ্যাপটিটা। আমি কথা বলবো ট্রেনিং এন্ড প্লেসমেন্টে। আমাকে তো এগুলো তোমরা জানাচ্ছ না কিছু, কারণ আমি নিজে ট্রেনিং এন্ড প্লেসমেন্ট সেলে, আমি তো ট্রেনিং এর কোঅর্ডিনেটর। তা আমাকে তো এগুলো জানাবে। হ্যাঁ, আর্ডেনকে তো আউটসোর্স করানো হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, অ্যাপটিটা ভীষণ দরকার, খুব দরকার। তোমাদের কি এই সারা 9 মাসে একদিনও হয়নি ক্লাস?
না ম্যাম, একদিনও হয়নি।
এ বাবা,
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
এগুলো জানি না তো কিছু।
Ma'am, in the fourth semester, the classes were taken in the online mode, but in this semester, no classes had been taken by Abhirup.
Acha, I'll talk to them. I'll talk to the training and placement cell. I'll talk to Debashish Bakshi and Rajeshi Bandari, and I'll let you know at the earliest. I'll leave the message in the WhatsApp group of this paper. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Chalo, okay, bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So we meet tomorrow at sharp at 3:30. If I can manage to join by 3 o'clock, then I will. By 3 it is difficult for me actually, because I have class till 1:30, and after that I really need a little bit of break, for lunch and everything. So if I can manage by 3:10, whenever I can manage before 3:30, I'll try my level best to manage before 3:30. If I can do that, I will just ping y'all in the WhatsApp group. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. Chalo, bye. Take care. And come prepared with a proper high-tech corporate GD for tomorrow's assessment. Clear? And in the meanwhile, I'll be talking to the training and placement. Debashish Bakshi, regarding Abhirup sir's tip. That is very important. Aptitude is very important, and aptitude needs a practice. If there's a gap in the practice of aptitude, things doesn't work out properly. Aptitude ko practice er moddhe thakte. It's just like mathematics and grammar, English grammar. Aptitude needs a rigorous practice. I'll just talk to them and I'll let you know what they have said. Whatever message, positive, negative, I'll let you all know. Okay, tomorrow. Okay. Goodbye and do take care. Okay.